Hi, my name is Caitlin McIsaac, and today I am going to be discussing the topic of fake news. Many people fall victim to fake news every day, whether it is believing in an article your friend shared on Facebook or clicking the link a stranger sent you telling you you've won the lottery. The scary thing is that most people are unable to identify this as fake news, and serious consequences can portray from these actions. Millions of social media users share photos and articles every day. According to Redline 2024, in December of 2020, it was estimated that 38.2% of the news being shared online was actually fake. As social media has only grown larger, I can only imagine so has that statistic. In this presentation, we are going to discuss topics such as defining what fake news is, the different components to fake news, the negative impacts fake news has on individuals and society, a specific story of a man who was affected by a fake news article, and the steps we can take to ensure we are not falling victim to fake news. So, what is fake news? Fake news is any false information that is purposely spread, typically with malicious intent. IONOS Editorial Team 2020 refers to fake news as alludes to reports, images, and videos that are shared to purposefully spread misinformation, i.e., information that is factually incorrect. Fake news is created to persuade people into thinking one way or another. Fake news could be anything from an article on a celebrity trying to ruin their reputation, a story posted about a politician to attempt to sway votes, or even an ad selling their product as being better than it really is. Fake news manipulates public opinion and can cause plenty of confusion. So, misinformation versus disinformation. So, although typically fake news is created intentionally and with the purpose to wreak havoc, sometimes fake news is created accidentally. So, let's discuss the difference between misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation is the spread of fake news without the intention to harm or manipulate. Misinformation can occur when individuals or groups just genuinely get the facts wrong. Another possible cause for spreading misinformation occurs when people don't fact check what they are reading and or hearing. So an example of misinformation could be if I were to see an article on, say, Selena Gomez saying that she fired all of her employees. I then message my friend to tell them this news. So this is an example of spreading misinformation, as I am not doing this to cause harm, but I'm simply believing what I see on the internet and not fact checking the information. On the other hand, disinformation is created intentionally and to mislead others into believing something that is false. So, disinformation manipulates the truth or completely fabricates a story. So, an example of disinformation is, say, someone who dislikes Selena Gomez posting a traumatic story they experienced when meeting her, where maybe she was rude and they could even say she pushed her to the ground. This is fake and fabricated, but some individuals will still believe it. So let's discuss the negative ways that fake news can have an impact. So experienced fake news in itself is typically a negative experience. However, more than just being manipulated by an author, fake news creates distrust in the media, can impact the process and outcomes of election, creates platforms for hate speech, and can even spread pseudoscience, which refers to fake science. When an individual discovers that they have been a victim to fake news, it is often and quite justifiable that they now have distrust in the media. This causes confusion as people won't know what to and what not to believe. This even may lead to individuals not trusting mainstream news sources such as CBC and others. What many people don't realize is that elections are hugely impacted by fake news stories. So much of the information that you see posted on social media, especially around election time, is extremely fake. It is created to make people feel hatred towards the targeted politician and to vote for someone else. This is an issue I have learned much about, as my brother is extremely interested in the political side of things. So he has explained to me that campaigns will release fake news stories about other campaigns in the running to attempt to sway the vote in their favor. This is very scary, as our future lies in the hands of these individuals. Fake news is also used to target an individual and possibly attempt to ruin their reputation. I see this specifically with celebrities. So if an individual of society does not like a certain celebrity, it is unfortunately very common for them to spread a rumor online. This results in the targeted individual to receive hateful messages and comments, and I have even heard stories of celebrities receiving death threats because of the rumors that were created about them. And lastly, to this slide, fake news can even spread pseudoscience. This is often done in online advertisements, but can also occur when people present themselves as doctors online, even when they are not actually doctors. So I have seen numerous ads online promoting a product that will, quote, fix your health. I even saw a TikTok where someone was promoting a massage gun and claimed that this specific tool can help with scoliosis. Anyone who knows what scoliosis is knows that it is extremely false, as it cannot be cured with a massage gun. This is a common occurrence when small businesses are trying to promote their product, and sadly, individuals often believe these advertisements and will buy these fake products. So a specific case of fake news that I found very interesting was the Pizzagate incident. So as I have discussed what fake news is and the effects that it portrays, I wanted to give a real example of what fake news can really cause. So on a Sunday afternoon in 2016, a 26-year-old man walked into a ping pong bar in Washington, D.C., carrying an AR-15 assault rifle. He fired one or more shots around the bar and people started fleeing. The man did not shoot any individuals but surrendered himself to police. When he explained what he was doing to the police, they were quite surprised. So 28-year-old Edgar Welch told the police he had traveled to Washington after seeing a conspiracy theory online claiming that Hillary Clinton was running a child trafficking ring out of Comet Ping Pong in Washington, D.C. This just goes to show that fake news is extremely serious and can cause people to do very crazy things. So now let's talk about how to identify fake news. So I'm going to give two ways of doing so. So some ways that we can ensure we are not falling victim to fake news is to check the author and or organization of the information. So by doing a background check of the author, you truly can discover a lot. You can identify whether or not the author or organization is a credible source. Another way of identifying fake news is to research the topic before believing what you're reading. Chances are, if this is a major news story, there will more than likely be a news story from a known credible source on the matter. This will lead you to believe that this is a trustworthy source. So to conclude, my key takeaways from this presentation are to please be careful what you are reading and what you are believing and engaging with on the internet. So before reposting a news story on social media, I ask that you verify whether or not the information is true. I have demonstrated how participating in the spread of fake news can impact not only you and your social media friends, but also all of society. Thank you for listening.